What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time, please consider subscribing to my channel. And while you're at it, smash that like button. I really would appreciate it. Also, hit that post notification bell so that you're notified every time I upload a new video. Today is the day, Wednesday, September 17th, 2025. Federal Reserve will be cutting rates by 25 basis points today, guys. I hope you're in position. I'm in position, and I've been in position for the last 30 years. See, the whole goal here, man, is when rates go down, assets go up. And that's where I build my wealth, when assets go up. When do you build your wealth? Are you building your wealth? I think you got two choices, guys, over these next 100 days, starting with rate cut day. You can either sit on the sideline and do nothing, or you can put yourself in the game and do something. Now, of course, I recommend you put yourself in the game and do something, because without assets, it's going to be pretty difficult for you guys to be able to do what you need to do as it relates to building your wealth. All right? Without assets, you have no financial safety net. You don't have a cover. Because if you lose your job, right, if you get sick, if you have an emergency that takes away your income, how you gonna take care of yourself? How you gonna take care of your family? Now, the only way you're gonna be able to do that is if you got assets. Now, if you got assets, you're in good shape, because you're gonna lean on those assets, because those assets will create what? Passive income. So my question again to you is, what are you gonna do over these next 100 days to put yourself in position, man, to build yourself some wealth and get to financial freedom and ultimately passive income? And again, ultimately protection. I told you what my game plan is. It's going to be to double down every single day I can that the market is open. I'm going to double down to build this wealth. These rate cuts are just starting, guys. Here's my prediction. You get a rate cut today, and then in November or December, you get an additional rate cut. And then I think in 2026, you're going to get an additional 3 to 4 rate cuts. All of these rate cuts, guys, do what? Introduce a new money supply to our economy through borrowing money. The cheaper people can borrow money, the more they borrow it. And if they're smart, they'll take the borrowed money and they'll go ahead and put it in investments. Investments like real estate for income, investments like paper assets, the stock market, gold, silver, precious metals, a business. But that's what smart people do when they can borrow money cheap. That's what the 1% have done since the beginning of time, right? They go borrow this cheap money, and then they buy these assets that they get a higher return on the assets than what they're paying for an interest rate on the loan. That's capitalism, guys. That's OPM, other people's money. And who are those other people? The banks, guys. The banks are in business to lend us money so we can build wealth. That's the trade-off, because guess what? As taxpayers, who do you think bails out these banks when they get themselves into trouble? Taxpayers. So the good thing for them is they got the American people to bail them out. The good thing for us is we can go borrow money from these guys and build wealth to help bail them out. Yeah, man, it's crazy, but that's our system, right? And I'm okay with that. See, when you know the rules to the game, then you can participate in the game. You can play the game effectively. You can even win at the game. But you gotta know the rules to the game. And there are rules to this financial game. And that's one thing I've been doing, man, over these last 30 years, is just figuring out the rules to this financial game, just following the 1%. Because see, all of this stuff, all of our financial system, the economy, were all created by the 1%. And they created it so that they could put the money somewhere, that they could multiply it and make more money. I talked to you guys yesterday about this principal wealth concept, and I'll mention it again today. See, this principal wealth concept is pretty simple. Now, we've renamed it. A lot of people have renamed it to generational wealth, but I call it principal wealth. And what that means is you take a certain amount of wealth and you start building upon that wealth or compounding that wealth. Now, the key is you never touch the principal. You simply live off of the interest from the principal. That's principal wealth, AKA generational wealth. And if you're smart, you do that through your lifetime. You teach your children how to do that, and then you pass that money down to those children. And guess what? They live off of the interest as well, and then they pass it down to their children. That's principal wealth, AKA generational wealth. So if all of us do that, guess what will happen to the 99% in America? We'll have a financial safety net, not for just us, but for our children and their children. And that's where you want to get to, guys, at some point in your life. But it starts with what? Taking yourself off the sideline, putting yourself in the game, and doing something. You don't have to be an expert, because I'm not. See, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. My recommendation is do what I do. Get out online, do your own research, come up with your game plan, something that makes sense for you and your family, and then execute. But sitting on the sideline doing nothing and expecting somebody else to do something for you is not a plan for success. That's a plan for failure. Because nobody gonna do nothing for you, guys. By now, you should know that. There is no freebies. There is no easy button. You got to get yourself in the game. You got to learn the game. How do you learn the game? Plug in. I'm on this YouTube channel every day giving you guys my opinion and my experience. There are thousands and thousands of other financial YouTubers out there that you can plug into. Find one that you like. Find somebody that you gel with. Now, don't go ahead and listen to everything that person say and take it as gospel. You got to go out now and do your own independent homework and fact check this stuff. But at least you'll have a basis to start from. But sitting around just thumbing through Instagram, looking at funnies, thumbing through Instagram, fighting political battles, thumbing through Twitter, just looking for stuff to grab a hold to pick a fight with somebody, that's not gonna get you no wealth. What you better start concentrating on is your safety net, your emergency fund, paying off high interest rate credit card debt, living on a plan, living on less than what you make, and then ultimately saving and investing. Because if you don't, you ain't got no safety net for what's coming, guys. For what's coming, guys, you're gonna either have the haves and the have-nots in this country. And if you choose to be down there in the have-nots, it's not gonna be a good experience for you in that bust economy. Because this economy that you feel in right now is a manufactured bust economy. It's been manufactured by the 1%. They want you to live down here in this abject poverty, basically, where you can't afford the basic things to live. And they want to keep you distracted. They want your attention to be on all this political stuff. That's what they want your attention on, to keep you busy. See, they know if they can keep you busy fighting political battles and all this other crazy stuff, entertaining yourself, then you won't build no wealth. And now they control you. Now they can tell you what to do. Why? Because you need them. You will depend on them. You'll depend on the government to give you something. Why? Because you don't have nothing. Right? So my recommendation is move that energy and that focus to building yourself some wealth. And it starts today, guys. Drop me some comments and let me know what y'all think, man, about the Fed funds rate being cut. And how many more times this year do you believe it's going to be cut? I think it's going to be cut another 1 to 2 more times beyond today. That's my opinion now. You guys go ahead and drop me some comments and let me know your opinion. Do you think the S&P 500 goes to 7,000 points? I believe it does. Get in where you fit in, man. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time, please consider subscribing, share the video, smash the like button. Thoughts become things. If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hands. You guys keep chasing your greatness. Never stop believing in yourself. Stay healthy, get wealthy, and I'll catch you on the next video. Peace. Moo is going to give you some NVIDIA stock when you open up a new Moo brokerage account and make a deposit. All you got to do is get down to the first link in the description box. That's the Moo brokerage link. Click on it. and get all the details on how you can get some NVIDIA stock. Don't delay, act today. Second link down in the description box is the Wealth Builders Financial Community on Patreon. Guys, all we do in that community is help each other build wealth, get to financial freedom and passive income. If you want to be a part of our team, all you got to do is click on that second link. It'll take you over to Patreon, and then come sign up for the fastest growing financial community on Patreon. We'll call the Wealth Builders.